This is the Midday Market Report for Thursday on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Mark Magnuson. Joined today by Bryan Doherty of Total Farm Marketing. What's happening with the trade in the grains?
We got some really good strength in the grains today. Corn up anywhere from 6 to 8. Outstanding export sales number today. Started, I think, the underlying support. Since then, we've continued to see, I think, spillover support from sharply higher crude oil prices, which continue to rally. And maybe some scuttlebutt or growing concerns about higher fertilizer costs, maybe more so the availability of fertilizer. So corn is on the offense today. Things to note there. December corn currently trading at $4.76. That is its highest price on that particular contract. Gosh, you got to go all the way back to June of last year. So looking impressive there. Soybeans, same thing, 8 to 9 higher, finding good support on just broad-based buying. It looks like the managed money might be moving into commodities again today. Export sales, not all that stellar in beans, but nonetheless, currently 7 to 9 cents higher. So some really good numbers there. The export sales figures today for corn, 79.6 million bushels, beans 14.1, wheat only 7.5, but wheat prices too are higher after faltering the last couple of days, posting nice hook reversals today, more than a dime higher in July. Chicago, Kansas City wheat up about 17 cents, growing concerns that recent rains were pretty light, and the forecast doesn't hold any bigger rains of consequence, and likely short covering contributing to the sharper gains there today. So that's grains.
Bryan, I wanted to ask you as well, with the fertilizer prices skyrocketing, with the amount of nitrogen, those sources that move through the Middle East, is that going to be enough to cause some farmers to switch acres to soybeans to make a significant difference?
Well, it certainly is the talk, right? So in the word, I always say talk is kind of cheap, but it is certainly a variable that has come onto the radar that was not on the radar here a week ago. So that's a reality. So the reality is, will this be the catalyst to move from corn to beans? Well, if you can't get the fertilizer, yes. Now, if it's just delayed now, and 2 weeks from now we look back and go, well, yeah, it was just temporary, that's a different story. But today we don't know that. So the market is factoring in that uncertainty. And maybe there's a little bit of a fight for acres starting to develop. Beans up 7.5 in November today, 11.38. So a nice little charge there. If beans were to close at this price, it'd be the highest close. You'd have to go back to April of 2024 on the November contract, 26 contract. However, November was higher a couple of days ago. It reached a high of 11.39 3/4. Currently at 11.38, standing as today's high.
What's happening on the livestock side of the trade?
Quiet is the way I would term the markets today. So I've got the cattle complex after a strong surge yesterday, anywhere from 35 to 45 higher. Again, good strong cash will continue to provide underlying support. Reason for traders to come in yesterday. But if you're kind of tying the cattle market to something, and that something could be, let's say, the equities, you've got the stock market down about 800 today on the board. That's on the Dow. S&P 500 down 42 points. So, again, the money flow might be, I want to highlight that, Mark, might be out of equities and into things that are trending higher or have a lot of uncertainty in front of them, which could be row crops. Cattle, on the other hand, they've had their boost here. They just don't seem to have a lot of energy today to follow through. Feeder cattle down about $1, and hogs down about a little over $1 in the front months. And then when I look at the dairy market, a lot of back and forth there. Down 30 points today in both the April and May.
What's the best way for our listeners to get in touch for more marketing information?
I would ask them to give me a call first, and that would be through our 800 number, 800-334-9779, or they can reach out with an email, Bryan with a Y, at totalfarmmarketing.com, or check out our website, totalfarmmarketing.com.
Bryan Doherty, Total Farm Marketing, my guest here at Midday. Thank you for the time. Always appreciate it, and have a great rest of your day.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
That was Bryan Doherty with Total Farm Marketing. We will have a check of the numbers next. May corn up 7 cents at $4.50 3/4. May soybeans up 10 cents at $11.79 1/2. May soybean meal unchanged at $309.90. May soybean oil up $2.04 at $65.63. Chicago wheat up 12 1/4 at $5.80 1/2. Minneapolis wheat up 10 cents at $6.19. Kansas City hard red wheat up 18 cents at $5.90 1/2. May oats up 4 1/2 at $3.30 1/4. On the Merc, April live cattle up 40 cents at $238.75. March feeder cattle down 50 cents at $363.43. April lean hogs down $1.28 at $95.80. April pork cutout unchanged at $103.40. Class 3 milk up 3 cents at $16.60. This has been a check of the midday markets on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network.